Thank you very much for taking the time to view this brief tutorial on how to utilize and set up the equipment for All Access Volleyball. All Access Volleyball is a service that is provided to collegiate coaches as well as families, where we go out and we record entire matches or even entire events for them to view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by introducing you to your equipment. First thing, tripod. What you want to do with your tripod, you want to open it up, and when you are filming, you are going to extend the legs all the way. Please remember to lock them back into place. Okay, and you are going to film from approximately 4 feet off the ground. This tripod does have some locking features where it does twist and lock into place. This one is also very important because it allows you to flip up the portion of the tripod that the camera actually connects to. You have your camera. You have your adapter that actually goes into the camera from the power source. You will have a variety of different power sources. If you are a family that's recording your daughter's matches for your team, you are going to be using this battery pack as your primary source of power. This is the cord that actually charges the battery pack. You will not need to use this. The coaches will be responsible for actually charging the battery pack to make sure it is ready to go for you every day. Now this little holder or sleeve for the battery pack is actually going to be important, and what you're going to do after you connect the charger to the camera, you're actually going to hang it from your tripod. So it will sit just about like this. Actually, I'll demonstrate for you briefly. If you take the little piece of plastic off, there's a little round plastic ball on the sleeve. Take it off, and then you can certainly just slide this on like that. And with your tripod standing, your battery pack will be close enough to the camera to be able to connect without a problem. Alright, so that is all of your equipment. Now I'm going to take you through on how to set it up. Here's your camera. Camera, you are going to turn it on by pressing the rectangular button on the bottom. The round button with the red dot on it is actually the record button. Now when you're setting up your camera, you are always going to connect it to the power source. That's very important because the battery in the camera is will only last for about 2 hours. So what you want to do is you want to open up your camera. On the back of the camera, there is a little lever that you push down, and then you slide over to the side to open the door, and the door will swing open. What you're going to do is you are going to attach this small USB cord into the camera, like so, and then attach the power source. In this case, it is the battery pack. If you are filming one of our major events like the Luau or the Showcase in Wisconsin Dells, you might actually have a power cord that's going to be running to your camera. But in this case, it's the battery pack. Now, very important, when I do attach to the power source, you're going to notice that there is a screen that pops up that is asking a question. It's asking whether or not I am connected to a power source or I'm connected to the computer. What I want to do is I want to scroll over and select the little plug, which means power source, and then I'm going to press the top round button to select that. Now it looks like the camera turned back off, and that's okay. It thinks that it's charging right now, and that's fine. What I want to do then is I want to turn the camera back on, pressing the rectangular button on the top, and you will notice that you are now able to look through the viewfinder. Okay, when you're looking through the viewfinder, you'll notice that when I press the button on the top, the record button, the red button, you'll notice that a red button starts flashing in the viewfinder. You'll also notice that on the top of the camera, there's also another red button that's flashing, indicating that you are recording. To stop the recording, again, you press the round red button. Now, let's talk about the camera angle. So when you set up your tripod, what you're going to do is you're going to have a camera angle that looks something like this. I'm actually going to need to reconnect to the internet briefly, so pardon me just a moment while I do that. Thank you for your patience, I appreciate it, and we should be good to go again here. Yep, there we go. Now the camera angle, we are always going to film, if we possibly can, from the end line in the center of the court. The camera angle will look like this. Okay, if that angle is not possible due to the event or spatial issues, then the second best camera angle for collegiate coaches to view looks like this. It is actually on the corner that is not behind the line judge. Okay, so those are the two optimum camera angles. We absolutely do not film from the side of the court. We always film from the end line of the court. Now, probably the most important part. Okay, we have our camera set up. We're pointing it directly toward the net from the end line. We're in the middle of the court. Everything's great. Well, when do we press start and when do we press stop? This is really, really important. Because what we want is we want to have one file per match. So you are going to press the record button, and then the little red button is going to start flashing. And you're going to do that right when warm-ups begin officially. The ref will blow their whistle and he will signal for one team to be on the court. Now, it doesn't matter which team that is. It could be Kokoro, it could be Minnesota Select, it could be teams we don't know that are competing. But whenever that official blows their whistle and tells one team to take the court, usually they start attacking at that time. That's when we are going to press start on the cameras. Then we are going to press stop when the match is complete. We do not pause, we do not stop for timeouts or between sets. We let that camera run. This is unedited footage for approximately 35, 40 minutes. If it goes 3, it's going to be an hour. And what we want is we want one file per match. You press stop at the end of the match, and then you take a break for a little while, and then once the next warm-up begins, again, you'll press start when the warm-up starts and press stop when the match is complete. When you're filming for Kokoro, you will have approximately 3 matches on your camera per event, and that is just fine. If it's a bigger tournament, you might have 6, 7, or 8. When you're filming for an entire event, you are filming every single match on the court. That is not like when you're filming your daughter's team for Kokoro. When you're filming your daughter's team for Kokoro, you just film the matches that she competes in. But if you're filming an entire event like the Luau or the Showcase or Big Sky in Montana or the JVA Challenge, you are going to record every single match on the court. Okay, now when you've completed your duties for the day, whether it's for Kokoro by recording the 3 matches that your daughter participated in, great, you're going to return all of the equipment to the coaches. If you're at an event that we're recording the entire event, you're going to return your equipment to the site director. Okay, when you're at the Luau, again, the site director is going to have a shirt on that says Big City Luau. It says staff on the back. If you're recording at one of the other events, you're going to be looking for someone in all-access volleyball shirts or some type of gear. If you have any questions about how to implement these services, please ask. These services, although relatively easy to implement, are extraordinarily important to implement them perfectly every time. Last year, we filmed an event that had over 300 matches, and we completed that event with a 99.8% effectiveness in recording. That's because our camera people paid attention. They turned the camera on when it was supposed to be turned on. They turned it off when it was supposed to be turned off. If there is anything further that I need to give to you, I will certainly do so. But again, if you have questions, please let me know. Thank you very much for taking the time to view the video, and I look forward to hearing from you.